Well, good evening and welcome to the 7 o'clock talk. And she made it just in time. And tonight we're going to talk about health and wellness again, which we've done before. But let's start to think about this and think about this in ways that make sense. And so, first off, health is not the absence of disease or the absence of pain. If you've waited until you have a disease or you're in pain, you've got a long road to hoe to get back to healthy. So, like when we eat, food is either building you up or it's breaking you down. It's just kind of binary that way. There really aren't any two ways about it.
Hey, Kathy.
Hi, Kathy. And so, if you are eating fast food, there really is nothing in that that is giving you immunoresilience. It isn't feeding your body. The only part it feeds is frontal cortex, and it hits the dopamine centers. So you really have to just, when you get ready to eat something, think about it. Is it building health or is it not? Because if it's not, you really shouldn't be eating it. Doesn't mean you can't have something fun every once in a while, but it shouldn't be the staple. Your habits, whatever habit you're doing, if your habit is meditation and prayer and walking in nature, those are all habits that help you. They take you from the sympathetic to the parasympathetic. They put you in rest and digest, and they help the body heal. Now, if you've got to run from a saber-toothed tiger, it's okay to be sympathetic. But our bodies were not designed for the amount of rumination that we do. And our bodies are definitely not designed for the modern food epidemic that we have. This food that is easy, convenient. I heard the best alliteration the other day. You should not eat anything that comes in bags, boxes, or has barcodes. So bags, boxes, and barcodes. If those are the things that you eat, you're going to be slowly chipping away at your health. And then other habits. So Jessica just started doing the IVs. And so now I'm going to start to do a rotation of having that in my routine so that I build up my own vitamins. She wants IVs, but I'm
He's
not.
got to get a little better, and I'm guinea pig.
Yeah.
And IVs hurt.
They can. I have a bruise.
Did I bruise you?
Yeah, but I'm tender. But those are the things that we have to look at because health and wellness are more than just the absence of pain and the absence of disease. If you are walking a fine line between being sick and not being sick, that's not health. You're not allowed to do, I shouldn't say allowed. You can't do the things that you want to do for fear you're going to be injured. Last week I played pickleball and I played in a tournament, had a blast, and the next day I didn't hurt. And I know people who will go play pickleball one time and they hurt for days.
Well, they got to remember to hydrate themselves before and after.
But I don't have to do that stuff.
No,
but I take care of myself.
But you hydrate yourself almost. I mean, you know to treat your body good.
And so when we're looking at this stuff, these are the things that you need to think about. These are the things we all need to think about. You know, I think about my daily routine all the time and the things that I do. You know, today I was kind of stressed and I'm driving on the way home and I was thinking, oh, I'd like to get a burrito. I haven't had a burrito in forever. And then I was like, well, my cholesterol was off. last time I checked, and I just went through that experiment with all of the one stuff. I will say that I just did the detox. I haven't finished it yet, but I'm just about to finish the detox, which is a liver cleanse, and it's probiotics specifically for the liver. And I have gained. I'm on my last belt notch, so I was really surprised, and I haven't done anything else different. We haven't eaten any differently. Nothing.
You've gotten larger or smaller?
Smaller. And so that's kind of interesting to me. So I didn't try. I didn't do anything different. I eaten the same. I did say no to a burrito tonight, but that was just it. And my metrics are better. You know, I, and I guess I'm just
Time just needs to come so the bicycles can
come out. Yeah, I definitely need to do more exercise. And that's another thing, exercise. The four pillars to health. Actually, in functional medicine, the Institute for Functional Medicine does five. They do sleep, they do exercise and movement, they do nutrition, then they do the company that you keep, your relationships, and then they break out relaxation differently. And so when you look at these things, how do they make you feel? Jessica, when we were discussing what we were going to talk about tonight, we were discussing, you know, happiness. If you're healthy, you should be happy. If you're happy, you should be healthy. Part of that's a choice. Some people can dwell on stuff and ruminate on stuff, say they're happy, but they're not. The fake it till you make it crew.
There's a place for fake it till you make it.
There is, as long as you're working on stuff. And
Set goals, work towards them. Money's not always everything.
no, money's not everything.
Find joy in what you do or find something else to do.
And there's one thing I can ask people to do. It would be to look at what you buy and start to make a conscious decision to buy healthier things and to ask restaurants for healthier things. Um, we've done an experiment where we hear it all the time that, oh, it's so expensive to eat healthy. And we've fed a family of literally five.
Mm-hmm. And the dog, because she does, we do buy her vegetables.
So 5.5 on $400 a month.
$460
A month.
a month, and we feed our dog mixed vegetables
And
and
it's
green beans,
all organic.
and mostly we try to get. And I do go to the curb, and so they will substitute my things sometimes. Yeah, so basically five,
About $100 a week.
yeah, and we buy. We don't try to buy cheap things. We buy good things like we would normally eat, whole, organic, no GMO. We don't buy a lot of processed food ever, really. The only processed food we actually get would be like a Z bar, which is a non-GMO organic breakfast bar, and that's for Gracie as a quick like breakfast on the go if she doesn't wake up. But
And so that.
in my tortilla chips, because I do.
But we figured out what the benefit would be. It's based off of the benefit that somebody would get for two people if they got
yeah.
if
So
they got
we hear this
food
all the time,
stamps.
like they're unemployed and they don't have any money, and they have to live on what XYZ. So a benefit for two people is about $460 a month based on income. So, but we were just roughly going off of what people have shared, and so we thought let's just do it because we tell people, we asked them to do. We wanted to make sure it was doable, but it actually costs more money to buy processed food for the convenience of it a lot of times.
Well, it's because you eat
Soda,
more.
soda is expensive.
You have a lot more problems. People who eat People who eat stuff in boxes, bags, and barcodes also eat tons of ibuprofen, Advil, and drugs for pain. And
But we if we added all of our things up, I think we now it's our family of 4 plus our dog and Granny. We make a lot of food for her, and we spend about $500 a month. But that's also including us going to the nutrition store, and that's a little pricier. But yeah, we eat. That's about 500, and we eat all of our meals here. So that's all of our snacks.
well, I take food. I take leftovers to the clinic still.
And those are splurges like the peak tea that we don't have to have.
I don't drink the peak tea.
Well, I mean, I do, and I buy it for Gracie.
I do.
But that's a splurge. That's $10 a week on 3 half-gallons of teas. So that's so unnecessary. So we could cut $30 or $40 right off our bill a month just on teas. We don't always buy them though. I will say we probably don't spend $40 because I probably get 6 of those a month. So less than $20.
Regardless.
But $20, we could cut some things out.
Regardless, if you're not buying stuff in bags, boxes with barcodes, you can absolutely eat very healthy.
Yes, you can. You don't
And
eat as much.
you don't eat as much. And that's the other thing. The snacks. The snacks aren't there. So you don't eat them. And if you don't eat, if
you
it's
eat
in the
snack,
house,
then you get hungry.
I'll eat it.
Yeah, I mean, I noticed that if I have something, well, we went to where did we go eat? I mean, we had a nice salad, but then I was like, I ate the salad, and then I was I was so hungry. 15 or 20 or 30 minutes later, and I thought, why would I be so hungry? But they gave us poppy seed dressing, which probably had sugars in it. So the more snacks you eat, the hungrier you're going to get.
Yep. And so that's, it's just, is it work? Yeah. But it's work that's worth it. I was talking today to patients, and it's like they don't care, or they just want somebody to do it for them. And nobody is going to, I can't make you be healthy. She can't make, we could do an IV drip 24/7. You're not going to be healthy if you're throwing in the other stuff. Part of being healthy is removing the offending things.
It's going to be painful for a week or so.
So, but it's so worth it. Anybody that's in the house, we don't have anybody on any medications, and nobody needs to be on medications. We have people that were on medications that aren't now. And I just can't express how much it's worth it. It's worth the struggle. It's worth the time. It's worth it because you can do things. You know, people look at me and say, "Oh, you know, they said at pickleball, hey, he's 51 years old and he moves really well." That's because I don't hurt. And I don't hurt because I don't drink sodas. I had a patient today, 6 sodas a day. Do you know how horrible that is for you? Just think of it this way. A, you can't pound 6 sodas all at once. You can maybe do 2. And then you wait a couple hours and then you do 2 more. So let's do a little thought process, and I'll leave with this one. If you drink 2 sodas in 15 minutes, that insulin remains in your bloodstream for 3 hours. it's going to take about 45 minutes to take all that sugar out of your bloodstream and put it into the cells. So you have insulin working on the fat of the nerves. That's why diabetics lose their eyesight. Their feet go numb. They get peripheral neuropathy. So this works on those nerves for, let's just be generous and say, 2.5 hours. So now you need to drink another couple of sodas. And if you drink one soda every hour, let's say they waited 2 hours and drank two more sodas. So just about the time that the soda is out of the system, the insulin is out of the system, they hit it again. And so now you get this big hit of insulin again. And there really isn't a lot of blood sugar there. So it gets what's in the system from the soda, it shoves it into the cells, and you got another 2.5 hours of insulin working on the nerves, causing diabetic neuropathy, causing arterial sclerosis. Have you ever noticed that the people who drink the most sodas typically have the highest blood pressures? I see that in the clinic. May just be my patient base, may just be my cohort of people. But when I used to drink soda, my blood pressure was high. It's not now. And then let's take the last two sodas 2.5, 3 hours later. So you've gone 6 hours through the day, and your body has never gotten a break from insulin. And now you're going to hit it again. And here they're going to be for another 2.5 hours that it's going to work on this. And you can tell if you're starting to get insulin resistant if you drink a soda or you eat and 30 to 45 minutes later you want to take a nap. That means that your insulin's staying too high and you are becoming reflexive hypoglycemic, and that's bad because you're pre-diabetic. Been there, done that. You can reverse it, and it's that's why we talk about health and wellness. That's why we talk about this, because we've both had COVID multiple times. It's never put us down. It's not stopped us. And we never even really knew we had it. We just know because we've had our blood drawn and we get tested for the antibodies. That's why being healthy is worth it. A lot of times your body is fighting something and you don't even know it. So,
Resiliency.
yep, immunoresiliency. It's so worth it. I mean, you just don't have to worry.
Oh, I want to do a plug.
Go ahead.
Um, and the quality of your supplements. The quality of your supplements are everything. Yeah, just somebody personal to me. She won't care if I share with you, but my mother, she has all kinds of problems, and she doesn't want to listen to us because we're kids. And
She changed her diapers.
yeah, we're kids. So she's having all kinds of health problems and got supplements that she's been taking. Of course, they're not the supplements I would have purchased for her, but she's taking those. And her blood counts are bad, and they have been bad, and they've trended bad for now almost 2 years. But they're getting way bad. Like her red blood cells were only 8 point something, which 7.5 is you need a transfusion. I think she was 8.3, so she was getting close, and every week she'd go back, she had worse levels. So we took her Phyto Multi. And if you are taking a multivitamin, make sure it's high quality. Otherwise, you're just wasting your money and your time. So for her, it's super important. She was 80 some pounds and following the medical model and kept losing weight. I took her the Phyto Multi. So the only thing different she did for herself in from a Wednesday, she got her blood drawn on a Tuesday. I took her Phyto Multis um, on a Wednesday. She took her first dose on Wednesday. She had her blood drawn exactly 7 days later on a Wednesday. Nothing different other than the Phyto Multi was taken once a day, and she went up 1 point in her blood. So she raised her blood count 1 point, which is unbelievable, really. which means she's digesting it, absorbing it, and her body was using it to build her cells. So if she gets her blood done in another week, we've added another one to the second dose. So the quality of what you put in your body matters, whether it be food, whether it be supplement, water, but everything you put in your body,
Matters.
you're either, do you want to survive or do you want to thrive? We want to thrive, and you can, it's absolutely doable even on a budget,
Yeah.
but we are very passionate about nutrition and wellness and people, and we do kinds of experiments on ourselves, and we just watch from afar sometimes with our families, but what you do absolutely matters.
Yep. What you think, what you say, what you do, it all counts. With that, thank you.
See you later.
Talk at you later.